So the next question is actually two. We have two questions worded differently. I'm going to combine them. One basically asked about teachers' pay perhaps being high. The other asked how we would attract and retain good teachers. So the question is, with respect to remuneration, how would you as a board member go about attracting and retaining staff at PUSD? And we start with Dr. Upson.
Could you repeat something there? Did you say hi? Did you say hi on something?
So there actually are two different questions here. One starts by suggesting remuneration is high, one starts by suggesting it's low. So my question is, how would you...
Who suggested it was high?
I'm just the reader.
It is not high. It is not high. As I pointed out earlier, our average salary is in the mid-30s. It's difficult to attract and retain people here. We've lost, 120 some odd individuals in the past 2 or 3 years from our district. We need to have incentives. We need to have, especially, and we're thinking about this, and this is being considered as we're looking at how we're adjusting our school system, some way that we can have some sort of little incentive pay each year. That would be nice. We were able to give a 3% raise last spring. It's still not enough to attract and retain people. If you have a starting salary of $30,000 and you have a 3% raise, you think $900 is going to keep you here? I don't think so. I don't think so. So I think we have to really think about the working conditions, the time limits on me, and the time limits on students and teachers in the classroom. We have to consider all that, our working environment, and all ways possible to have community forums so people are aware that we really do need to raise the salaries of our teachers.
For the second time tonight, Ms. Erickson and I are in agreement. I actually support higher pay for teachers, especially in the STEM areas. I think we don't give nearly enough emphasis to math and physics and chemistry and the sciences. And so those are the positions, those are the teaching positions I think that are hardest to fill. They are the most demanding. It's much harder to recruit a math teacher than it is to recruit a social studies teacher. So I think we may have to go to some kind of a pay differential for the harder to fill, more demanding skills in education. But I do, as a general principle, support higher pay. I think it's unfortunate the way last year's bond and budget override were sort of coupled, because I think there were a lot of people that might have supported the budget override, which would have allowed the district to increase teacher pay. But unfortunately, it was linked with the bond, so it was either yes, yes, or no, no. So I think that was unfortunate, but as a general rule, I do support higher pay for teachers.
So do I. I can point to several teachers that my kids have had that are no longer in the district. Fortunately, our great kindergarten teacher is still around, and my youngest, I'm going to be at this a while, I have a kindergartner, so I'm thankful that she still has Mrs. Nicholas. But I talked to a teacher at Mile High at a volleyball game this afternoon, and Mr. Roush is no longer in the district. He was my oldest son's favorite teacher, and he has no longer, is he in the district? A lot of it due to pay, and I can repeat that story time after time after time. And when you have so much turnover, then we're spending a lot more time recruiting and training people when we could be helping them with professional development and getting better at what they do every day in the classroom. So I support higher teacher pay. It's embarrassing to me that we don't pay teachers more. It's absolutely embarrassing to me. And I would say as well that we know we're very low as a state when you compare us to other states with teacher salaries, and then Prescott is lower than the state average. So it's embarrassing to me. We've got to do something about this.
I support increases in teachers' salaries. And I know what low teacher salaries are about. My wife was a teacher for 30 years, and she didn't make a ton of money. So I understand that, and she spent a lot of my money on school stuff. So I understand that. Had the budget override been on its own, it could have passed. But then the devil's in the details because you have to renew a budget override every 7 years. There has to be a permanent solution. And we're all sitting here talking in previous questions about a $2 million shortfall. And now we're talking about raising teachers' pay, which I'm all for. But the devil's in the details. And so I would like to raise it. I would like to come up with a way to raise it because new hires, when you bring new hires in, you spend a lot of money training them. And when they walk out the door, you're spending a ton of money every year on this. So a permanent solution, Prescott costs more to live too. Most of the people don't live in Prescott because you can't afford real estate. So I understand, but we need a permanent solution and we need to work the details out.